Madonna isn't just a pop star, she's a cultural phenomenon. For over 4 decades, she has dominated music, fashion, and controversy. Known as the Queen of Pop, Madonna has reinvented herself countless times and pushed boundaries in ways no other female artist dared to before her. But alongside her undeniable success, she's also developed a reputation for rivalries, outspoken opinions, and some very public feuds. Whether it's with fellow pop divas, rising stars, or rock legends, Madonna has never shied away from speaking her mind, and sometimes that honesty has led to lasting grudges. In this deep dive, we'll explore the top 7 artists Madonna hated the most, the drama behind their rivalries, and how these clashes shaped her image as the fearless, unapologetic icon she is today. Perhaps Madonna's most famous feud is with Lady Gaga. From the moment Gaga burst onto the scene in the late 2000s, comparisons to Madonna were unavoidable. Both artists embraced bold fashion, provocative lyrics, and the art of reinvention. But for Madonna, Gaga wasn't just a newcomer, she was a threat. The rivalry heated up in 2011 when Gaga released Born This Way, a track that critics immediately compared to Madonna's 1989 anthem, Express Yourself. Madonna herself wasn't pleased, famously calling Gaga's song reductive, a word dripping with disdain. This comment sparked years of tension, interviews filled with shade, and constant media speculation about whether Gaga was the new Madonna. Although Gaga has repeatedly said she admires Madonna, the Queen of Pop never fully softened her stance. Their feud reflects Madonna's protective nature over her legacy and her resistance to being replaced. Still, their shared similarities in pushing boundaries make this rivalry one of the most iconic in pop history. Madonna and Elton John have clashed more than once, and their feud is a masterclass in celebrity shade. Elton has openly criticized Madonna for everything from her music to her live performances. In 2002, he accused her of lip-syncing and went as far as calling her a fairground stripper during her Super Bowl halftime show era. The feud escalated in 2012 when Elton John declared that Madonna's career was over and that Gaga was so much better. Ouch. Madonna, of course, never took the insults lying down. She clapped back by dedicating her song Masterpiece to Elton, slyly rubbing in the fact that the track had beaten Elton at the Golden Globes. Despite years of back-and-forth jabs, the two eventually reconciled, but their feud showcased Madonna's ability to hold her ground against one of the most respected legends in the industry. In the 1980s, Madonna and Cher were two of the biggest female stars in the world. At first, Cher admired Madonna's rise, but as the years went on, her comments turned sour. In one infamous interview, Cher bluntly said, "I don't like her. I think she's mean." Cher criticized Madonna's attitude, claiming she was arrogant and disrespectful, particularly towards other women. Madonna, never one to let insults slide, dismissed Cher's remarks and moved on without much public retaliation. Still, the tension between these two icons became a staple of pop culture gossip. Interestingly, years later, Cher softened her stance, praising Madonna's career longevity. But the bitterness of her earlier comments left fans convinced that this feud was rooted in jealousy, ego, and two powerhouse women refusing to bow to each other. If there's one artist Madonna never warmed up to, it's Mariah Carey. Their feud dates back to the 1990s, when Mariah became one of the biggest pop divas in the world. Madonna allegedly looked down on Mariah's music, dismissing her as not particularly bright. Mariah, known for her own sharp tongue, didn't hold back either. She once quipped that she didn't really know Madonna, adding that she grew up singing in church, not in clubs. The tension between the two symbolized the classic diva rivalry, two women at the top of their game, unwilling to share the spotlight. Unlike some of Madonna's other feuds, this one never saw much resolution. Even decades later, fans still speculate about the subtle digs they've taken at each other in interviews. Madonna and Janet Jackson's feud wasn't built on loud words, but on competition. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Janet became Madonna's biggest rival for the title of Pop Queen. With albums like Rhythm Nation 1814 and Janet, Jackson offered a different kind of artistry, socially conscious, choreographed, and slickly produced. Behind the scenes, Madonna reportedly criticized Janet for relying too heavily on choreography, implying she wasn't a strong singer. Janet, meanwhile, viewed Madonna as over-sexualized and desperate for shock value. Although their feud wasn't as public as Madonna's beef with Gaga or Cher, it was a simmering rivalry that fans could feel. Both women symbolized different versions of female empowerment, and the music industry often pitted them against each other. Madonna and Prince once collaborated and even dated briefly in the 1980s, but their relationship quickly soured. The two icons clashed over creative differences, egos, and their approaches to fame. Prince allegedly disliked Madonna's obsession with controversy, while Madonna criticized his eccentric behavior. In interviews, Madonna once called Prince a little troll, while Prince mocked her provocative image. Their feud became one of those legendary showdowns between two titans of pop, each too proud to compromise. Yet, beneath the bitterness, there was mutual respect. Madonna mourned Prince's death in 2016, showing that even the fiercest rivalries can hold a layer of admiration. One of Madonna's most personal feuds was with comedian and actress Sandra Bernhard. In the late 1980s, the two were inseparable, attending events together, sparking rumors of a romantic relationship, and constantly making headlines. But suddenly, their friendship ended in flames. Though neither has fully explained what happened, Sandra later hinted that Madonna had been manipulative and controlling. For Maiden, losing such a close friend led to bitterness, and the two never reconciled. Fans still speculate about the fallout, but it remains one of the most intriguing rifts in Madonna's personal life. Madonna's feuds aren't just tabloid drama. They're a reflection of her unapologetic personality. She's a fighter, an artist who refuses to back down, and someone who thrives on pushing people's buttons. While some of her rivalries fizzled out and even turned into reconciliations, others remain icy to this day. Love her or hate her, one thing is clear: Madonna doesn't just make music, she makes history, and part of that history is written in the fiery rivalries that kept her at the center of pop culture for over 4 decades.